Hello everyone, welcome to some more horrific news. Okay, looks like we're getting more Welcome to Derry news about the prequel series. So Bill Skarsgård to return as Pennywise in It prequel series. Bill Skarsgård will reprise his role as Pennywise the Dancing Clown in the It prequel series on Max. 5 years since last portraying the shape-shifting entity, Deadline broke the news of his return to the character originally created by author Stephen King. Skarsgård, who has Nosferatu coming out at the end of 2024, is also executive producing Welcome to Derry, which consists of 9 episodes. I'm looking forward to Nosferatu. It looks good so far, and the fact that Robert Eggers is directing it gives me a bit of hope that it'll be decent. So he's coming back as a producer as well as starring as Pennywise. I wonder how often he's going to feature. It'll be interesting to see. Is he just going to be briefly appearing? I'm imagining this whole series is going to be every 27 years, each of the disasters, and I wonder how many seasons they're planning, so how far back they're going to go. I don't know how I feel about this, if I'm honest. What format the show is going to take? Is it just going to drag it out, or are they going to cram everything into one? Is it going to focus just everything leading up to the Losers Club? Like I said, I'm still not too sure how I feel about this show. Also, the fact that I'm burnt out with prequels, requels, sequels, reboots, rehashes, and all that kind of stuff, as you well know. But we'll see anyway. Let's have a look. Two-time It director Andy Machete and his sister Barbara are behind the show. It'll serve as the origin story of Pennywise during the 1960s. White Boy Ricks, Taylor Page, Overlords, Jovan Adepo, Perry Mason star Chris Chalk, and Oppenheimer James Remar will fill out the cast. Upon Welcome to Derry's unveiling, King himself went on to comment, "I'm excited that the story of Derry, Maine's most haunted city, is continuing. I'm glad Andy Machete is going to be overseeing the frightening festivities, along with the brain trust included his talent sister Barbara. Red balloons all around." Okay, so it's going to be the 1960s. So I suppose it's the 27 years prior to the Losers Club. So that was the burning down of the black spot. Is that what they're aiming for? Was not during that time? It's been a while. If you check out the channel, I've done a whole deep dive on it. You know, the book versus the original TV miniseries versus the two movies. I sort of went into detail there. Yeah, I'm imagining that's in the 1960s. That was the burning down of the black spot. So that's what they're going to focus on. That was no way every time Pennywise appears, everything culminates on one major event. When was the what do you call it? The other fire at the Foundry. So I could be wrong. I would need to look that up. Was the black spot before that, and then the Foundry in the 1960s? So it's one of those two events. I'm almost certain it'll either be the explosion. Sorry, it was the explosion at the Foundry. Oh, sorry, I'm just remembering this off the top of my head. Yeah, so it was the explosion at the Foundry, and then the burning down of the black spot. So there are two main events prior to the Losers Club coming to fore when they actually started to fight back. So that might be all right, but is it going to be a limited series then? Because I can't see them dragging out multiple seasons of this then. If they do that, here's my thoughts before we go any further down the article. If it's going to be a limited season focusing in the 1960s, fair enough. There'll be, I suppose, enough material there, flesh out the cast at the time, a few member berries, obviously, to the Losers Club, and then culminating on said event. If they're going to try and do multiple seasons of this, what are they going to do? Is 1960s going to be one season, and then they're going to go backwards, where you would think if they're planning for multiple seasons, this they'd go back as far as possible. Say they had a 5-season plan. That's why I don't like TV, because they don't have an overarching plan, and even if they don't succeed, I think they should plan for that. So they have a 5-season plan, tell the story, bring the thing to a natural end. The problem with TV is they go season by season, and they try to drag things out as much as possible. So if this doesn't culminate at the end of season 1 in the actual event, and they're going to try and drag this out, I don't see it working. If it is a limited season, and it's, like I said, up to the events of either the Foundry explosion or the black spot burning down, then it would make sense, and then they could go back 27 years. So technically they're going further back in time with each season, which is a bit strange. Ah well, we'll see anyway. Let's carry on with the article. Meanwhile, during a recent interview with Esquire, Skarsgård recalled his nerves over playing Pennywise. "When you're 26, you don't feel young at all. But now, looking back at it, I was a kid. It was fairly early on in my career to take on something that had so many eyeballs and expectations on it," the actor told the publication. "It unlocked something in me, and it gave me the confidence that I can take on any challenge." Pennywise was previously brought to horrifying life by the great Tim Curry in the miniseries. Welcome to Derry will air on Max in 2025. I think that's it. Yep. Alright then, so like I said, if they're going to focus on one event per season, fair enough. However, why not just go back further? Because that's the only way they can go then. If they're focusing on the 60s, because the Losers Club and the story of it takes place in the 80s, so this will be the 27 years previous to that event. If this takes off and it's a success, then the only way they're going to be able to go with this is backwards. Until what point? It'll be interesting to see anyway. I'll keep my eyes open for any more news, but there you go. Let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to this? Are you slightly skeptical like me about the format and what their overall plan is? Does it seem like it's another cash grab prequel that they're just desperately putting out there for name recognition, or do you have a bit more hope for it? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, remember, keep up the other channel, do the type of clicky things, and always keep it creepy, keep it horrific.